What is an economic system? An economic system is an organized set of procedures a nation uses in producing and distributing goods and services. The system is determined by who answers the three basic economic equations. So market economy. So market economy is based on individual choice, not government directives. It means that the individual, yes, has to choose what to do, and the government does not have to interfere. The answering of the three basic equations are what, which means the goods consumers are willing to buy, yes, are produced. How? By individually owned enterprises for whom people who can afford them. The advantages versus the disadvantages. So this type of economy has both positive and negative aspects at the same time. So markets are driven by consumer demand. Most efficient economic system, yes, is very important. Yes. As for the advantages, we may say that act in your own self-interest. Right? Means the businessman can act, in his own self-interest. There is a wide variety of goods and services, and prices are usually low, if not lower. As for the disadvantages, so only productive resources are rewarded. Market failures, monopolies, public goods, etc., right, are, for example, yes, bad results for the market or for the businessman. And also there is an equal income distribution. So as for private property, so private property creates incentive to work, save and invest. So the right to use, sell, abuse and bequeath. Second is economic freedom. So you have the ability to create your own career path, for example, what job you want, what school you want to attend, what major you want, etc. Right? Especially as if you want to prepare for being a businessman or someone, yes, who is interested in such a field or domain. As for the third aspect, yes, is consumer sovereignty. The idea that consumers have the ultimate control over what is produced because they are free to buy what they want and to reject what they don't want. So markets respond to consumer demand. So they have to take into consideration what the consumers, yes, demand and need. The fourth characteristic is competition or contest, which is called in Arabic munafasa, competition in French. Businesses have to compete for the consumer's dollar or whatever, or the yen or dinar or whatever, right? Or any other, yes, for example, currency, especially, yes, the ones which are very, yes, valuable and important. For example, we may speak about different channels on television, for example. Results from competition. Increases amount of choices, right? For example, when there is competition, competition can lead to the increase of amount of choices, the increase of quality of products, and also the lower prices for products. The fifth characteristic is profits or incentives. So if some people, yes, want a businessman wants to have a lot of profits, so they should have some things which can motivate them, stir them, which are called incentives. So sellers are free to attempt to maximize their profits. So profits acts as an incentive to work harder. So when they think that they will have a lot of money, they will have a lot of profits and benefits, so they can, for example, work harder and harder. Yes, they do their best in order, yes, to produce well, yes, as well as possible. The sixth characteristic is voluntary exchange. When a buyer and seller agree to do business together, each believes that the benefits outweigh the costs. The seventh characteristic is titled or limited government involvement. So buyers and sellers must be free to operate within or with minimal government intervention, which means that the government has to interfere, yes, a little only. All real-world market economies have some degree of government involvement. So, as you know, Adam Smith is known for being the father of economics. So it means the founding father of this specialty or this field. So he wrote Wealth of Nations. In this publication, he argued that a nation would be wealthier if it engaged in free trade rather than mercantilism. So you may refer to this website so as to know much more about. So we may summarize the characteristic of a market economy. It means the free enterprise. So as you have seen, so we have spoken about the first one, which is private property. The second is economic freedom. The third is consumer sovereignty. Fourth is competition. Fifth is profit. Six is voluntary exchange. And seven and finally is limited government involvement. So market economy activity. So try with as an exercise or homework with a partner or by yourself. Draw a picture that represents a characteristic of a market economy. Your picture must have color and it must be neat. It means clean, not dirty. Make sure Make sure you title your drawing with the characteristic you have chosen. Provide a sentence that explains what it is that you drew and how it relates to the characteristics or the characteristics you chose. Thank you very much for listening and have a nice day and a nice weekend.